Hey everybody, Crow back again with another Zaccaria Pinball table. What we're looking at, we're still in the electromechanical section. We are on Supersonic from 1977.
Supersonic.
Supersonic. Electronic. Okay, let's look at the... Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I think I may have forgotten to change the background and the floor and the walls, which I've been trying to do, but I think I did that here. But Supersonic, I remember not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, this one was glitched out where the back box wasn't there. And it was actually like that when it was on the Switch too. But it's been fixed. I mean, I have been noticing these kind of like these tears that are see-through or whatever. Not that big of a deal, but still kind of annoying when you're looking at the table. Something that could potentially be fixed in the future. And again, we've got the rollover lane, or the reels that are just kind of like a block of text. But you know what? It looks a lot better when you're playing it and you've got the UI over it. I just moved the mouse. But we're here to look at Supersonic from 1977, an EM table. Let's see what we can see. We got normal outlanes. I've been looking at that since like one of the first two. A couple of the first two had those ones that bounce it in, but I haven't seen that since then. We've got an advanced London flight. Okay, so okay, it looks like we got some flights to London and Paris. I wonder if that is all this is, flights to London and Paris. We've got 3 standing targets in the center, 2 pop bumpers, perhaps a slingshot right below the pop bumpers for some extra ball action. We've got a lights double bonus, kind of like a weird kind of shoot there, and then a kind of like an inner orbit and an outer orbit, looks like. But if anything's to go by, it seems like we'd want to keep going for the outer orbit. I haven't played this table at all. I'm just kind of guessing here, because getting it to the top is usually what you want to do in these kind of tables. We've got a hole here. It looks like we can, when it's lit, that's what you would go for. Very simple. Looks like it's very straightforward. Maybe less complicated than a couple of the other ones I didn't quite like. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this for a while. You'll see a cut, and you'll cut right back to me after having played this for a while, and give me more thoughts and opinions then. Alright, I am just coming back after playing this for over an hour and 40 minutes. I like and hate this table at the same time. This table is an absolute drain monster. It loves to drain in the outlanes. But before I complain about that more, I actually like what this table has to offer. This is about supersonic flights, I guess, coming in from London and Paris into New York. So you can see these arrows coming down to the American flag there. When the hitting certain targets that advance the London flight will cause the arrow to get down to the flag where they'll light the word new. And other targets will get the Paris arrow to get all the way down to the flag where it says when York. So when New York is lit, you can hit the center target here and get an extra ball. And you are allowed 1 extra ball per ball. But if you ask me, you're going to be lucky enough to get 1 extra ball per game. The nice thing is, though, when you drain the ball, the arrows stay. So if you've got New York lit and the extra ball lit and you do drain, you will start the next ball with the special still lit. It won't reset, and you'll be able to get an extra ball during that ball if possible. Now, the other thing that's interesting is we got the letters Supersonic here across the table. And you spell certain Supersonic by hitting the advanced Supersonic lights targets or whatever on the board, and also some of the in-lanes will advance it and other things. Once you spell super, and all that does is it gives you a really big bonus at the end of the ball, especially if you could double the bonus, which I'm not really sure how you do because I couldn't figure that out. There's a 10-point button value when I don't know what light's that, but okay, let's see. Lights, well, they spelled lights wrong there. Lights double bonus. So the thing is, though, I've hit that and I don't know, it doesn't exactly light it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's one of those things where, no, I've seen the light. Maybe it's just not working, the light. I don't know, because I could swear I was getting like 1,000,000-point bonuses in some instances. But that's basically this table. That's basically it. Those advancing the London flight to New York, advancing the Paris flight to New York, and spelling Supersonic. That's pretty much the main target of this table. But yeah, this table is ridiculous. You could drain the ball in like 6 seconds flat, easily. Because the way this table's laid out, it loves to redirect the ball to the out lanes, and it's a wide space for the out lanes. You could be bouncing in the in lane, boom, out lane. The ball will just drop from that triangle up there, right below the bumpers. There's no slingshot there. I mentioned that, but no super ball action in there. But if it rolls, it'll just roll right into the out lane. This loop here, you can't shoot into it from the flipper, but it'll bounce around the bumpers and it'll come around that way sometimes. And depending on the speed of the ball, it'll either get hooked on the area on the right there and go in the out lane, or it'll bounce over and drain in the right lane. The ball just loves to drain, and ultimately I was hooked on this trying to accomplish something, and I just got fed up with the ball drain. You just have to get lucky enough not to have the ball drain. It's a ridiculous table. You got to be really lucky on this one, I feel. Even if your shots are all dead on and whatnot. Because, sometimes shaking the table just won't help you if the ball's going to drain in this one. So, that's all I really have to say about this one. I wouldn't recommend it overall. Just getting that out of the way. Unless you want a really, 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 really difficult challenge. And you don't mind draining a lot. But what we're going to skip to now is this table and a whole bunch of lighting. Different lighting scenarios. And then maybe 2.5 minutes after that, you'll see the best game I had during the stream, or at least the one I want to show. It may not be the best one, but we'll see. And then my final thoughts after that. All right, so here is Supersonic, and right now we're looking at the morning mode, what I consider to be the default mode because it is the brightest and you can get a good look at what the table looks like. It's pretty much like daytime. It's morning, but it's like it's daytime almost. No shadows or anything, no darkness. And this table works pretty good for what it is, considering it's about flights going from London and Paris to the United States. And here we are looking at the afternoon mode to get all those shadows across. Not a big fan of the of this mode, just because the shadows to me are a bit of distraction. I went to an arcade that had like pinball machines by a window like that. I didn't like it at all. This is the midnight mode, the mode I usually like to play in because it is darker, but it gives the lamps a chance to illuminate a little bit. And we're going to move on right now to the storm mode, get those flashes of lightning going across. Very dark, and then you get those flashes of lightning that can be really, really distracting. And yeah, so I have lost a ball quite a few number of times, and gotten lucky sometimes too, because I just didn't know where the ball was. We switched back to the midnight mode here, but again, the lights have been switched to the white lights, like if you had put white LED lights. The table's not very well lit. There's not a whole lot of lights in here, so there's not a whole lot changing here. And we've switched to was it the rainbow, I think it's called? The colorful. I think it's called colorful. And again, you can tell there's a difference. You can see the color changes, but again, this table just doesn't have a whole lot of lights either. And right now we're going to switch back to morning mode, but the table is very, very, very dirty as possible. Thus, everything's darker as well. So very interesting to see what this looks like if you played on a neglected table. But we're going to make things worse, and we're going to play on this neglected table in the stormy mode. Very, very dark. You get those very bright flashes of lightning coming through. And yeah, now a mode you'd really want to play in. And I'll have to make a comment after this game, but you'll notice that the double bonus light near the flippers kind of shines partially. I'll explain that later, but for now, this is the best game I had during the stream. Man, I know I can do this. I've been so close. There it is. Oh, nice. Unexpected and nice. Not nice. Bad ball. We need to get that Paris. Look at the New York flight. I mean, the London flight is already done. But, like, the Paris flight hasn't even gotten off the ground almost. There it goes. There we go. And spell Supersonic. Do that. Do that for me, will ya? And, wow. That was such an easy ball not to flub, and I did. Yes, we need that flight. We need that one. Yes. Oh, yeah. Nice. Spell Supersonic for me. Oh, we actually there. We just need to get that extra ball. Which... Okay, okay, we can do it on the next ball. It stays lit, thankfully. There we go. That's it. That's the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. Oh, we are so close. We can taste it. Shoot! Come on! Don't mess around. We got this. Let's do it. Nice. Get those letters for Supersonic. That's going to help. Oh, that's interesting. We've got the Paris flight, but not the London one for once. Oh, what we got? Ah, oh, so close. That is our best score, but not quite 4 million yet. Let's... All right, so that is Supersonic. As you can tell from that, I was kind of disappointed that I didn't reach my goal of 4 million. And I did wind up playing this for an hour after that, approximately, and I still did not beat 4 million. I came really close to that score too, just never nudged it above 4 million. And it's kind of a frustrating table to play because, as you can see during that game, the ball just seems to drain willy-nilly at will. And a lot of times there's really nothing you can do about it. Now, before I kind of alluded to something with the light by the flippers, that was the double bonus light. And I always was wondering why that light never was lit, even after looking at the rules, after I done this. This should be lit. The thing was, though, that light was lit a lot of times, and you just can't tell due to a glitch with the flippers, where it's, for some reason there's like this phantom shadow from the flippers that's kind of extending out and covering up the fact that that light is lit. And you can kind of tell that's the case too when the letters New York are lit and you do flip the flippers, that they completely disappear even though they should be visible. And it wasn't something I discovered until I was playing another table later during the same stream. And then when I realized what was happening, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I bet that's exactly the same thing that was happening in Supersonic 2. So, I mean, go back and take a look. You can even tell during the modes where I was showing the game in different lighting, how only like a small portion of that light would be lit, and only when the flipper was up. It's a very bizarre thing, but we're going to call it a video, and if you made it this far, make sure you do like the video, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe, because you'll see more videos just like this, and I do have a lot more videos like this up on my channel for our pinball, arcade, Pinball FX3, and of course, the Zaccaria Pinball you've just watched. So thanks for watching.